Let's get it on, shout it on. I don't know how the song goes. We can get real, so together.
Mostly when I experienced Digimon as like whatever age I was, it just, even more so than other Japanese media, struck me as really incomprehensible and really overly dramatic for what it was.
Well, it's not Yu-Gi-Oh! At the very least. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a show of no stakes that has all the stakes.
It has all a children's card game.
It's the way we solve all problems in the world. I dueled ISIS into submission. I haven't shown you Speedo Sausage, have I?
No.
He's an animator, and like that's where that joke's from. The I dueled ISIS into submission. Mostly does pornography.
Okay.
I don't think his style lends to that.
To porno?
Yeah, but for whatever reason, yeah, he does a lot of that.
I want to dig in a little bit on this. Why does it not lend itself to pornography?
None of these people look even remotely attractive.
Okay.
It's like Simpsons pornography. It exists. I acknowledge that it exists.
Yeah.
No one here should be in pornography.
No.
Not Ned. Not Marge. Certainly not Goofy.
See, I'm always interested in the people who get really like, I don't know what the word to describe this as.
Tilted.
They get really incredulous that there are pornographic cartoons. Like as if humankind hasn't been drawing boobs on walls since like,
forever.
Time immemorial. Yeah. Like that just, it's just, I get if that's not your taste, but that's really puzzles me that people get like, God, you're masturbating to cartoons. Like, cavemen were masturbating to cartoons, fuckface.
They didn't even have animation back then.
Yeah, they just had.
They didn't even have like cross hatching. They had like a rock on another rock.
They had people fucking buffaloes and things. Like it's
really bison.
Like, there's bestiality. I'm sure. I'm probably. Okay, someone correct me on this.
Bison are big and smelly. Like I know people fuck goats. Mm-hmm. Like
as the joke goes.
Well, I mean in Brazil, like the actual thing.
Okay.
I told you this story.
I think you have.
Yeah, about the my year one anthropology teacher talking about because his dad worked for the UN in Brazil and about to go on this trip to the Amazon. And he's like, I'm kind of having second thoughts about this. Why? I'm going to be really away from my wife and my very new young son. No. That's why we brought the goat. What was your problem with that? No, we got the goat. What more do you fucking need?
Go watch the movie Zoo. Anyway, welcome to The Breakup, the podcast about destroying the things you love by giving them away. I am Sam Young.
I'm Dave?
Yeah, sure. You can be Dave.
Yay.
How we doing this week, Dave?
I'm not feeling too good, Sam.
Okay.
I'm sweating. I'm nervous. Your boy Dave has finally gotten employment.
Hey, it's your boy Dave, employed.
Yeah. We keep taking longer and longer breaks from this show, and it's just...
We were going to do this last week, but we got kind of sidetracked.
We got to treat the breakups sort of like a mature, older lady.
Okay.
Like, we need to be...
Like a MILF?
No. Yeah, but we need to be more, like, serious about our relationship. We need to, like... think about what it's like moving in together. Think about a family. Have a baby. Eat carrots.
You did get a job, so, halfway there.
It's not sustainable. Like, my mother only got a sustainable job because, I don't know, she was working in a prison and, like, some dark shit went down. David's life is a weird...
Dave's life.
Dave's life is this sort of cavalcade of... Fuck.
I'm pretty sure some of you think Dave is kidding here, but he's not. Anyway, let's dive right in. I think it's your turn this week to go first.
Sam, what'd you make me watch?
I made you watch Nightcrawler. starring Jake Gyllenhaal and
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham. Directed by a guy, I don't recall his name off the top of my head.
Really? You care so much about this movie that I don't even remember the director's name.
I care about it as much about it as any movie I make you do.
I don't think that's true, because Tickled is one of the most life-forming movies you have ever seen.
Dan Gilroy.
Gil.
Directed by Dan Gilroy.
Dave and Gil, back at it again. Why do you like this piece of shit?
Aren't you going to tell us what it's about?
Oh, right. Nightcrawler is a movie set in an extended fantasy universe in a bunch of RPGs called The World of Darkness.
Okay.
I think you might have heard of it before. And Jake Gyllenhaal is playing as a sociopath. And in The World of Darkness, there are a lot of... you're the more RPG nerd between the two of us, so I think they're called accidents involving police. Automobile accidents and fires and crime.
Yeah, those RPG concepts of crime.
Yeah, cool crime.
Yeah.
And evil, horrible monster Jake Gyllenhaal discovers, by way of, not murdering nighttime private cops, that instead he could be recording people suffering for money.
Yeah.
He hires an intern who he pays $30 a night, who's probably addicted to something. And at this point, I have to admit to you that I probably need to be punished because I could only get myself through half the movie.
Oh, really? You couldn't watch the whole thing?
No, couldn't watch the whole thing.
Oh, no.
And I will tell you what broke me.
Okay.
Was when Monster of the Week serial feature Jake Gyllenhaal, no longer acting, just being Jake Gyllenhaal, proceeded to look to his older female boss and went, "So do you like Mexican food?" And I'm like, I know where this is going. I don't want this. And how he guilt trips her into going on threatens her news station's livelihood because he's such a good Nightcrawler at this point.
Yeah.
Going on a date with him. And I was like, this is the midway point.
This is halfway
This is
through.
going to get so much worse. I know at least one person dies.
Yes.
So I'm just...
Okay.
I'm good.
All right.
I can't handle this anymore.
This is the first time we've had an abort.
No, I don't think that's true. I think we've had...
What else have we aborted?
I don't know, but I'm sure I've aborted before.
I thought no, but I feel like I've aborted before.
No, you're actually pretty good at this.
I thought you've gotten through. I thought you've gotten through all of them. Anyway, whatever the case.
The punishments I always sit through.
Yes. Yes. Well, that's kind of the fun of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So to sort of supplement Jacob's thing before we talk about why he didn't like this, it's about a guy who's films crime scenes and stuff and sells it to local news stations, and he's basically he's a sociopath, and
he's very good.
His rise to power is this movie. So what did you think of it? Or I guess I answer why I liked it.
Yeah, why do you like it?
It's really film noir, and I think he's really good and creepy. And oh gosh, it's the lady who plays his boss is also quite good.
Yeah, she is.
Looking up. It's someone really famous too. Yeah. Rene Russo. It's Rene Russo. And Bill Paxton, dearly departed Bill Paxton, plays the other rival Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Who does end up dying. He's the one who ends up dying.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Doesn't Jake Gyllenhaal, this wasn't even in the script. Jake Gyllenhaal just cut the brakes to his van or whatever and kills him, sends him to the hospital.
He actually doesn't, he is the death he's not responsible for. I think there's an accident and he films it and it's a really creepy scene.
Yeah.
All right, so what did you think about this that you bailed on?
I liked it.
Okay.
I think you would have figured this out by now, but there is a level of... this is too real cringe.
Okay, yeah.
That I can't deal with it.
Okay, all right. That's fair.
I think
that's true.
I think this is a great movie.
Yeah.
It's really good. And I mean, I sat through Joker, so my hands aren't clean. My hands aren't clean in this.
Okay, that's fair.
But even watching Joker, which is a movie I ostensibly like, I was sitting in the fetal position.
Yeah, I could. You know what? I'm thinking about the movie now. It's kind of
Yeah.
It's pretty intense.
But when it gets to threats of sexual violence, that to me is no, I really can't do this.
I think for what it's worth, they play that out in an interesting way. It doesn't get explicit.
No.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's a very I've watched a video essays about this movie.
Okay.
So I mean I know that it's good. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate its goodness.
Okay. That's fair. I don't think I will punish you for it because I think you made your best effort.
Yeah, and I did like it. It wasn't a like, no, I'm so bored. I didn't want to watch it. I was busy playing Nintendo.
I mean, you were, but
no, I was playing Final Fantasy.
Well, I don't think it's in the rules that we do have to like. Is that in the bylaws?
No, I think because punishments are a refusal to do the assignment.
Yeah.
If you feel that I have completed the assignment to your satisfaction, you don't need to punish me.
To my satisfaction, I think you have you did your best, and I didn't think of that cringy thing. But you're absolutely right. You do have, because I remember that was kind of your problem when you initially watched. Why do I never remember the name? The one with Robert Pattinson, and I made Cosmopolis. Thank you.
Really?
Yeah, because I thought that was kind of your issue with it.
No, my issue with it was that I hated the dialogue.
Oh, okay.
Tremendously.
Okay.
Then I loved it. Then I hated it again.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a lot like Fred Flintstone when he suffers those concussions. I just kind of become a different person every time I watch Cosmopolis.
You're like King Tut on the old Batman TV show.
I don't fucking know these deep cuts. Do you know how much?
You went for the Flintstones.
Do you know how? One, everyone has seen the Flintstones. Even people who don't know what that is, they've seen the Flintstones. Two, I am a child. I am barely out of diapers, and you're like, the old Batman show. Oh, Batman the Brave and the Bold? No. Oh, that one with the creepy dreadlock Joker? No. Batman Beyond? I think I saw that when I was 3. No. I don't know.
All right, point well taken. Who
the fuck is King Tut?
How does it compare? This was the thing I was kind of thinking about. How does it compare to other good sociopath movie Drive? Because I kind of put them in a similar place.
I think they're in a similar orbit.
Yeah.
Because both movies are ultimately trying to make a movie where you care about a person who is, by their very nature, completely irredeemable.
Yeah.
However...
Go on.
I think that Ryan Gosling, being the attractive man that he is likable. And you compare it to Promethean.
Yeah, I do.
Which, as far as insider knowledge, trading, whatever goes, is stories about someone who is not human trying desperately to be human. Whereas Jake Gyllenhaal, the real human being Jake Gyllenhaal, is a monster.
You've watched his cameo in John Mulaney thing?
Yeah. And I think Jake Gyllenhaal is not looking for love or redemption or things that add to a common human collective good. Mm-hmm. Jake Gyllenhaal just wants to be good at capitalism. And as a sociopath, he should be a CEO.
I think the difference too in Drive and Nightcrawler is that Drive. No, you're right. He's not redeemable, but there is a part of him that wants to. He
wants to be a better person.
Yeah, but he's watched. I think even Ryan Gosling said this guy has watched so many movies. Like his idea of morality and what's good and wrong is entirely informed by Clint Eastwood. Whereas the Jake Gyllenhaal character in Nightcrawler has no moral center whatsoever.
Well, I mean, he is living and presumably grew up in the poorest postal code in LA. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you don't live that long with a moral center.
This is another one of those movies I love where it's set in LA and it kind of reveals what LA actually looks like, which is just endless flat hellscape. And I love that setting. Always makes me think of
Well, it's true of San Fran too, because there are huge swaths of San Francisco that look just like where the real human being Jake Gyllenhaal lives.
Actual human being.
Actual theoretical human being Jake Gyllenhaal.
Just a regular, everyday, normal guy.
Just a regular Jake Gyllenhaal. I mean, that song, Tom Cruise Crazy? Mm-hmm. Jake Gyllenhaal Crazy should be a song that just isn't as, catchy.
I don't know. If you're a Scientologist, you're at a whole different level.
Okay, we can't keep this in the podcast, but I was genuinely surprised Jake Gyllenhaal isn't a Scientologist.
Okay, why?
I don't know.
I know nothing about him in real life.
He gives off that vibe.
Okay.
If I opened a door and Jake Gyllenhaal was there and said, Thetans, I would be terrified, but I wouldn't think this is a nightmare. This isn't actually happening. It would be, a series of possible but unlikely events have transpired.
It's funny. He always reminds me a little bit of Crispin Glover, if you know who that is. He's the dad in Back to the Future, and he often plays...
We're going to have to stop you right there, Sam.
Yeah.
Never seen Back to the Future.
He's a character actor. He's often very strange in interviews. Although I've never gotten that vibe off of Gyllenhaal that he's actually that weird in real life.
No, he's not. Yeah. Adrian Brody, on the other hand. Eat small children.
Adrian Brody did like the ultimate terrible method actor thing when he did The Pianist, where he he basically broke up with his girlfriend and destroyed his life to be in this movie. And I'm like, maybe just act or something. I don't know. Maybe just like a few glycerin tears. It's fine.
Yeah, I did finally realize that. Oh wait. Method acting is terrible because it's not acting. That really is it, isn't it? It's forcing you to feel like that, which isn't acting.
Podcast favorite Rob Pattinson, said that like no one ever does method acting for nice people. It's always horrendous assholes. No one's ever like Mr. Rogers. Tom Hanks didn't method act Mr. Rogers. It's always like, Jared Leto throwing condoms at people. Yeah. Like it's always an excuse to be a prick. And the only person who I actually think does it well is Daniel Day-Lewis, and he's just at a different level.
Well, the problem with Daniel Day-Lewis is it's like saying, yeah, this light bulb is similar to the sun, but the sun will kill you.
Look away!
Yeah, the sun will kill you.
You cannot stare at D.D. Lewis.
I will drink your sun. I drink it up.
Have you seen that movie?
I've only seen, I think, like the first third.
Oh, okay.
I've never actually sat through and watched all of them.
That is another good movie about a sociopath. What do you...
See, I never took him as a sociopath. I took him as just like, he's a horrible human being.
Yeah, that's fair. So what do you give Nightcrawler?
I give Nightcrawler a solid B+.
All right.
For people who are studying film, this is an amazing movie to talk about character building and motivation. It is also an amazing movie regarding playing with how you make a movie in a movie, because there's a lot of kind of cutesy scenes of him being a horrible monster and trying to find the right shot.
Something I really like are the moments where they have the newscasters, and they have the newscasters on camera and off camera, and I really like the way those characters change and what they're really like. And the kind of the frivolity of... Anyway, it's a good movie.
It's about news media consumption in America today.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Tomorrow. Jacob, what did you make me do this week?
I made you watch... It's weird, because I think this movie is actually, like, internationally famous at this point. Like, it is. Like, it actually is.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Because it is, like, one of the single most culturally relevant movies... for ages. And it has nothing to do with the fucking movie. It has to do with one song that was made for this movie. Hey now, you're an all-star.
Hey now.
Get your game on. Go play. I Made You Watch. Featuring, what's his name? The guy who stole a bunch of jokes from Louis C.K.
Dane Cook.
Yeah, starring
Dane Cook. For like 5 seconds.
5 seconds too many. Oh. Mystery Men. You have a question for me.
Do I?
Oh, right. You need to explain it.
Yeah, I need to explain it. Mystery Men is about a bunch of, like, third-tier superheroes in a city.
That's too generous. They're fourth tier.
Yeah, fourth-tier superheroes in a city who have to rescue the corporate-sponsored main superhero of the city from Jeffrey Rush playing Casanova Frankenstein, which is the greatest name I've ever heard in my life, who the main hero... purposely let out of prison so that he would have someone interesting to fight, and then is kidnapped by him, and they have to learn some things about life and love and about their dad's skull in a bowling ball.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of big names, and like for the time period, there are so many big names in this movie.
And disco is not dead.
Disco is not dead. Every disco scene. That's what Mystery Man is about. Jacob Waskow, why do you like this piece of shit?
We talk a lot about formative media on this show, and I will never forget where a personal enemy and Lancer, after having watched with me He Died with a Falafel in his hand, slowly turned to me in their Bond swivel chair and went, "So, when you watch this movie... you do realize that you should not actually aspire to be the main character in this, right?" See our previous episode.
But I fucked up there.
You're going to have to keep the I fucked up in there.
Yeah.
But Mystery Men is, I think, the perfect anti-superhero movie. If everyone is special, no one's special. Mm-hmm. If I was put on this earth, Sam, to shovel really well, I shovel really good, I must be a superhero. And I'm not Dane Cook, literal waffle man, who will fry his face to get a job. And I am not actual Invisible Boy. And I mean, like, why should I agree to a system that wants to monetize that specialness by making me feel I need to be obsessed with it? Why should I engage?
Mm-hmm. I lost the thread on that about 5 minutes ago when I accidentally turned off the recording. Anyway, I liked this.
But...
No, there's not really a but.
I just, every now you have this sort of tone where it's like,
I know,
I
do that on purpose to freak you out.
Okay.
It is a weird movie, and it was a huge bomb, right? Like, it didn't do very well.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't think it did.
It certainly didn't get a sequel.
And I would say it deserved to. But
really?
But in the sense that I don't want to live in a world where it was super successful, because it's so perfect as a really weird cult movie.
Yeah.
I made some notes because I watched this last week, and I've watched it like kind of 1.5 times to get some of these notes in. It's super Tim Burton-y. Like
that's what was popular.
Yeah, but what's funny is Batman and Batman Returns were about like, I want to say like a decade earlier, and it's kind of like a little too late for it. And it sort of emulates the other later Batman movies. I'm not quite sure what the timeline is on this. It's not bad. It's just it just feels a bit, that quality felt a bit derivative, but it kind of worked for the chintziness of the whole movie feels very chintzy and kind of cheap.
Yeah.
And it kind of works. I had so many moments where I'm like, oh, it's so-and-so. Oh, it's Paul Rubens. Oh, it's Tom Waits. Because Tom Waits had a bit of a film career in the 90s. I did like that the police of this city are literally just Nazis. Like, they're just jackbooted thugs.
Why else would you need superheroes?
And this is kind of random, but I'm just kind of going through my notes as they came to me. Ben Stiller is making fun of Christian Bale a decade before Batman Begins happened. And that's sort of an interesting prescient moment, because he's doing that voice.
Yeah.
As Mr. Fury. So yeah, Ben Stiller is the lead of the movie.
Yeah.
Ostensibly.
Yeah.
He plays Mr. Fury, and his power is that
It's certainly fucking not the Blue Raja.
Yeah.
It definitely isn't him.
He gets angry and strong.
He is strong when he's angry.
Yes, that's right.
And he gets angry a lot.
Yes.
But he doesn't get very strong till the end.
It's really filmed in a weird way. Like, there are so many face-on close-ups, and you never do that in movies. Like, where they're just talking to the camera.
You do that in comic books, though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But in this, it feels really jarring. Like, it's a really strange choice.
I'm sorry.
I don't think it's bad.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was speaking to, like, captain of the face-up club. Of the face-up team.
Fun fact, the director of this movie never made another film.
Yeah, you end on a perfect.
Yeah. Kinka Usher.
Yeah, you did it in one.
Did you know
Thanks,
that this
Usher.
is based on a comic called Flying Carrot?
I believe it.
And that is actually the one character they didn't put in this movie, is the Flying Carrot.
Well, Cyber Six was based off of a Argentinian comic where she got her outfit from a cyber prostitute.
I did not know that.
Yeah, why would you not include the cyber prostitute?
So just skipping ahead, so this movie is very like cheeky and sort of like, it's a parody of comic books, yada yada yada, but it has some seriously grotesque demises for some of the characters. So it's Greg Kinnear, I believe, playing Captain Amazing?
Oh yeah, and he gets like,
he dies in the most horrific fashion.
Doesn't he get like his transporter malfunctions?
Yeah, he gets like, yeah, it's like the teleporter goes wrong in Star Trek. Like, his face gets mutilated and he gets burned to death.
Yeah.
Because Hank Azaria's character accidentally pushes the wrong button or something.
Yeah, as you are wont to do.
I got some a friend. I don't know if I should say his name. I might bleep this out. I got a serious energy off of the shoveler.
Oh my god! That's He has like a massive family that he has no way to take care of, but cares about sincerely, very sincerely. And he does this for his kids.
And he's really good at it.
Yeah, his wife is just like, I'm going to leave you.
He's everyone's best friend.
Yeah, like he's great. He's destroying himself, but he's great.
Yeah. He's kind of small, but he's kind of,
He's big of heart.
Yeah, he's big of heart.
One small man with a big heart.
He's real. William H. Macy is very good. He's doing that thing where...
He also had a film career in the 90s.
He did. He's not just nodding and winking. Like, he's just taking the role completely seriously. Like and it's funny, but it's...
Like Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller, yeah.
Everyone's kind of acting the crap out of this movie.
Yeah. I really like Janine Garofalo just kind of randomly talking to the bowling ball, which has got her... So Janine Garofalo plays the bowler whose father was murdered by the disco king. What is it? It's Eddie Izzard.
Yeah, Eddie
and that was
Izzard.
another one. Hey, it's Eddie Izzard. And he killed her dad, who was also the bowler. And so she put his skull in lucite, and it's basically magic.
Or she's a really good bowler.
Yeah.
And she talks to him occasionally.
She does.
See, I associate that look less with the Tim Burton Batman movies, but with Fifth Element.
Well, there's a 90s-ness to it.
Yeah, like it's a weird 90s modern.
Yeah. There's some weird aesthetic choices in the movie. Did you notice that, like, most of the signs in the background aren't in English?
Yeah.
They're all in, like, Russian and Chinese?
Yeah.
It was really interesting, like, just why they did that.
Well, like, again, it's that sort of weird, like, English is not the predominant language.
I really like... So there's a scene where they're auditioning other, B-list superheroes, and it's in daylight, which is really great because it makes all of their costumes look really bad.
Oh, yeah, they're even worse.
It's so funny. It was such a good aesthetic choice.
And it's in, like... backyard.
It's in the shoveler's backyard.
Yeah, it's in the shoveler's backyard with, like, a kid pool.
Yeah.
So there are toys everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's just... Okay, I love that scene. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to tell you why I love that scene.
Okay.
That scene also includes a cover of the song No More Heroes,
I was going to say that.
Performed by the Violent Femmes, which I love and cannot find anywhere.
I've got it.
Fucking give it to me! I've been looking for this for fucking years!
I have... Hang on. I'm going to show you right now. We're going to play a little interstitial.
I've been looking for this for years. It's not anywhere. It vanished from the internet.
Right here.
Yeah. Give it to me.
There it is. We'll play that.
Whatever happened to Leon Trotsky? He got an ice pick that made his ears burn. Whatever happened
I love that song.
I think I liked it. Like, it's kind of a neat artifact. It's a little too long. I went in with a misapprehension that it was an hour and a half, but it's actually 2. So I think it's a little long. And there are a few kind of like bits I think it could just have been consolidated. There's a scene where they get beat up, but they don't show them getting beat up. And then there's a scene where they attack the villain's car and nothing actually happens in it.
I love that.
It's good. It's just I had this moment where afterwards I was like, what did they actually accomplish
Nothing.
here?
That's why that's so good. You can't cut that. Like that.
I didn't want to cut it. I just wanted something to happen.
That is no, Sam. That invalidates the entire scene. If it is in the music video for Smash Mouth's seminal hit All Stars, it has to be there.
It's so interesting to me. All Star is not a good song.
No,
but it actually fits with this movie quite well.
Yes,
like it is made to order. Basically, it's only in like 10 seconds of the movie.
It is the last 10 seconds of the movie.
No, it plays at the end, but it's also when they're having the training scene with the Sphinx.
Oh.
It is in there. Like, it's well used, but it's very brief. And I find it so interesting that the memes of that song have been overtaken by its presence in Shrek.
Yeah. And well, that's where all the young people know it from, Shrek.
Yeah.
We're not making memes.
No.
I did an entire degree on memes. I'm not making memes. I have a master's in memes.
Meme master.
I'm a meme master.
Meme master Jacob.
I don't...
Meme master Dave.
And I'm not fucking doing that shit. Because I hated Shrek, because I was too old for Shrek.
It's funny, like, it is well used in its way.
Oh, yeah.
But I was surprising that it's so, like, I would have thought it was going to be, like, a much more central point of the movie, but it's barely in it.
Nope. Yeah, barely in there.
It's the music video is kind of more what it's known for.
Yeah. Well, the problem is that I imagine for most people who watch the All-Star music video, they go, why the fuck is Ben Stiller in this music video? Why is Dane Cook in this music video?
5 seconds of Dane Cook. Ben Stiller is probably, even though he is the central character, he's probably the weakest link. Yeah,
easily.
His character he's got
the worst.
Yeah, well, his character has the problem of he's constantly saying no to the plot and what everybody else wants to do, and not for any really good reason. He's just kind of like arrogant.
Well, it's that problem of the character as written to make all these jokes work.
Yeah,
would say no constantly.
Yeah. But he wasn't bad. I think he was just kind of I would have rather the movie but hung on the shoveler.
Really?
But he's the problem is by his nature he's kind of a side character.
Okay. The Blue Raja. That's who
sort of the secondary character.
No, but that's who you hang the movie on.
I guess it is. He was an interesting character. I don't know quite what they were getting at.
It's this weird,
I don't know why playing East Indian associated characters, even though he's not doing, like, he's just doing a British accent.
Yeah. Well, it has to do with the British Raj.
Yeah.
Which
he keeps going out of his way to explain.
Yeah, like that this is this weird, not great, deep historical cut. That you're talking to, like, one of the lowest points in, like, a nation's history occupied by a foreign power.
Such a strange character.
Yeah. And that's why
he throws spoons and forks.
Yeah, not knives.
But not knives. I do like that. I like that they kind of make fun of the Batman doesn't kill people thing. Yeah. Like, it's that they're just sort of steadfastly against killing people for kind of weird reasons.
Well, a shovel theoretically is non-lethal.
Yeah.
Mr. Rage is nowhere near as strong as he thinks he is.
Yes.
A bowling ball will kill people.
A bowling ball will kill. Well, they kill Casanova Frankenstein. That is his weird... Jeffrey Rush plays the villain, and that is his weird dress rehearsal for Quills, where he plays the Marquis de Sade. I loved every single bit where Eddie Izzard appears and disco music is playing.
I think Eddie Izzard is introduced effectively doing, like, Casanova Frankenstein's homestay while he was in the mental institution.
He's taking care of the place.
Yeah, he was just like doing disco in the giant disco room that Casanova Frankenstein made, and he's like, the king of disco is still around. Disco is not dead.
Disco is not dead.
Disco is life.
I love it whenever Eddie Izzard tries to do an American accent. It always sounds the same, and it's always very weird. It's like this odd, like, almost trying to do a New York accent, but not quite.
Hey, honey, I would like a cheeseburger, please. Like, I mean, it works for that character.
Oh, no, it totally does. I don't think it's bad. It's just a weird voice.
Oh, yeah.
I love Eddie Izzard.
So, I get the impression you love this
one. Oh, yeah, I really liked it. It was a little long. It was a little long in the tooth. A few jokes didn't really land anymore, but I thought it was pretty good. Like, I liked it quite a bit.
All right.
I was worried going into it that it had been too long. Like, I would have...
It's aged too badly?
Yeah, or that it was just, like, what was fun about it at the time is sort of, we've moved on from that, and All-Star. No, but I liked it. I think I'll give it the same grade you gave Nightcrawler. I'll give it a B+. I think it was solid and fun. I'm glad I can finally participate in the cultural conversation that is Mystery Men.
You're not initiated.
Yeah, so what is our common theme this week?
Why aren't there midnight viewings of Mystery Men?
I don't think it's not bad.
But it's good.
Yeah.
You can have good midnight viewings.
You can. I think you need something. It's not quite as campy as it could be. Like, which is a weird thing to say about a movie where people are running around in, like, really bad costumes. It's not quite as campy.
I make this promise.
It's too intentionally campy.
I make this promise on the internet now that if I ever own a movie theater, once every year, twice every year, Mystery Men Midnight show.
All right, I'll hold you to that.
Thank you.
You rake your hand over the ceremonial dagger.
When I buy the Rio for $3.
$3. Anyway, what's our common theme? Starts with an E.
Executive.
Why executive?
Because Jake Gyllenhaal, the real human being Jake Gyllenhaal, is a business-focused individual.
Sure.
And being a superhero is all about that money, 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 money.
Yeah, I'll go with that. All right, I'll go with that. That's
Also,
rather than faffing around trying to figure it out.
Casanova Frankenstein, high-class man.
That is true.
He is the executive.
He is an exec. All right. Oh, no. Enterprise. Enterprise. There we go. All right. Got it in 2.
The problem is that by saying Enterprise, now we have to include a Star Trek thing.
We might have to include a Star Trek thing, which we did last time.
Really?
Yeah, well, we did Wrath of Khan.
Oh, right.
How quickly we forget.
It's been a while for me.
All right. What do you got for me next time? Which I think has been spoiled for me, possibly?
Sam.
Yes.
You don't know how badly I've wanted to fuck with everything and just give you something completely else.
Yeah.
But...
Well, technically, you still owe me a punishment.
I do, and I'm going to have to delay it again.
Okay. Stay of execution.
You are going to play a video game that has done more for me than 20 years of attentive therapy. You are going to play Disco Elysium.
All right.
Disco is not dead. This game changed my life.
All right, I look forward to it.
For the worse.
I know. And what is therapy if not making your life worse?
Causes divorces. It causes, like, healthy relationships to ruin.
I've been looking forward to this because I've heard about this game and know nothing about it.
Good.
No. Other than the word Elysium, which made me think it was some sort of vampire tie-in, but then
no.
Not so much. Or Greek mythology.
Is that how you fucking like everything's a vampire tie-in to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I live my life, baby. Well, since you're gonna make me do a video game, I had a couple of ideas, but I think I'm gonna go with a video game idea. We're gonna go old school. You are going to play The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. The first 3 dungeons.
Okay.
Whew. If you want to, you can once you complete that, we can do this episode.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
And I have no idea why you would suggest this. But I thought you were about to say you're going to play Legend of Zelda 2. And I would have to go, but Sam, I've played The Legend of Zelda 2.
Have you? I haven't played I've played it, but I didn't finish it.
Well, neither did I.
It's not very good.
You can't finish The Legend of Zelda 2.
Quick sidebar, it's the worst Zelda game. There's some people who tell you it's the Wind Waker for some reason. They're wrong. There's some people who
No,
think
the CDI games are worse.
Yeah, but they're not written. No, it's not.
No, they're licensed by Nintendo.
They are.
They're
like,
real.
They're not canonical. They're not real. They are. It's funny though. Okay, we've gone into an even deeper sidebar. At the time they were released, they were actually somewhat well received, except for the third one, which is considered the worst of all.
Okay, let me rephrase my point.
Sure.
The CDI as a console couldn't work.
No.
It was terrible.
No.
It was a VHS home tape system that couldn't play games. You had a remote control for your game controller with an analog stick that didn't work, trying to play The Adventures of Link.
I love that something that was a massive failure, like a really genuine like bomb, is probably worth a lot of money now if you picked it up. Like, I bet they're collectible. CDIs and those Zelda games.
Oh, yeah. Like, I've watched the Angry Video Game Nerd episode about these, and, like, he had to get 3 different CDIs. The first 2 didn't work. And he was down, like, a cool $1,600.
Yeah. Wow.
Because on release, a CDI was $800 US.
Huh. There's been a lot of money now.
Yeah.
Anyway, you get play Link to the Past.
Great.
Which I can arrange for you to play that.
A delivery.
Yes. I think we're done.
So soon?
So soon. It was 40 minutes.
All right. We'd like to thank our favorite band ever, The Irritating Rainbow.
The Irritating Rainbow.
The Irritating Rainbow.
You can have that for free, guys. Add a "the" to your name.
Yeah. For their seminal breakout hit, You Broke It, on the album Where'd the Truck Go? I'm looking at you for affirmation, please.
Yeah, you're getting it.
I'm terrified.
Yeah.
You can find this on iTunes, on Spotify.
Baby. I don't know if it's on Spotify.
For music format of your choice.
There's a link in the description. Yes.
Did I do good?
You did pretty good.
Don't hit me.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Don't hit me.
That's like, I totally forgot that we're supposed to do that. And my brain was just like, oh yeah.
Jacob's remembering what I forgot.
I suppose I need to do the final thought this time.
That's not true.
Okay, then you do it.
All right. So I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy lately. You remember Newgrounds, right?
Yeah.
It's a website that I think continues to exist to this day.
Speaking of the late 90s, early 2000s.
And did you ever watch the Final Fantasy as an RPG video that was on there?
I probably did.
Final Fantasy is an RPG, the only one that I need. It's the RPG for me.
Oh, yeah.
Final Fantasy is all that I play. All other games are lame. It puts them all to shame. I have had that song stuck in my head for the last 2 weeks, and I need help. And I hate to tell you this, I only remember one, bridge.
Yeah.
I only remember the one bridge over and over whenever I'm riding a chocobo in this fucking game.
You're just in hell.
Yeah.
That's
my final thought. I'm in hell.
I'm in hell. Help me, I am in hell. All right, and there we go.
I only buy games that are popular. I only buy the games the magazines tell me to buy. That way I know I get good games for sure. I may have a shallow mind, but you can kiss my behind. Please kill me.
Yeah, dance party.
Disco's dead.